Greetings and salutations. This is G. Pelly, aka Greg Peloquin. I did it in reverse. How awkward. Anyway,
And this is Caleb Myers filling in for Evan Arkin. That was awkward.
yeah. Well, anyway, this is a round 5 match between Ryan with the green-white aggro. We saw her earlier in round 3 of this tournament, if you've seen that one. And Calvin Horton with black-red aggro.
Yep. Calvin's black red a little bit different than some of the other black reds I've seen. I know you had a chance to play it against Calvin in this tournament.
Yeah, I did. Looks like he said it was pretty close to the Rakdos pre-constructed deck.
Okay.
And
Actually,
actually,
some adjustments to the Rakdos pre-constructed deck.
yeah,
this
looks pretty close to it actually. And you know what? Being 3-1 with basically a pre-constructed deck,
Yeah, gotta feel good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, alive and well at the pre-con challenge.
Yep.
So anyway, for the red deck, he has 4 Vexing Devils, Goblin Arsonists, Shred Freaks, Cacklers. It's a lot of the early guys we know and love.
Yep.
Searing Spears, Pillar of Flames, Nobles, Brimstone Volley,
Yeah. So
etc.
Does this version run Bump in the Night?
It does. It has 4 Bump in the Night also.
Yeah, so a lot of Till Your Dome cards in here.
Yeah, the sideboard's the questionable part because he's got like 4 Devil's Plays, 4 Annihilating Fires, a Searing Spear. Like, what do you bring that in for?
You should take out all your creatures and put in all burn all the time.
I suppose.
Just blank the control deck, make all their wraths and detention spheres useless.
And make the frag test really good.
Yes.
All right, so let's see who is off to the play here. Okay, okay, so this looks like it's Calvin's first time under the
camera here.
Yep, a little unsure of himself here.
Ryan Vets, considering this is her second time this night being under the camera.
Yep. All right. So, see a dry militant from Ryan,
and 1 plains. Might be a mulligan.
Call the Conquest real. Ugh.
And yep,
correctly tosses it back. It's a 1-lander. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and Calvin with the keep. So it looks like Ryan's on the play.
Yeah, it would appear that way.
Yeah, it's tempting to want to keep a hand like that, but
on the draw, I'd be really tempted. If I knew what Calvin was playing, I would probably snap mulligan. Oh, you just on the play.
He just out with the swamp already.
Yeah,
he's not even waiting.
And still shuffling your deck. Calvin well into turn 1 here.
Yeah, and kids, you should wait for your opponent to keep a hand before you start playing things. Don't be so quick on the trigger finger there.
Yeah, because it gives. Ryan doesn't even have a hand yet. Calvin has a creature in play.
Yeah, so this will influence Ryan's
decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, because now she knows A, what he's playing, and B, there's a 2/2 staring her down.
Yep.
I mean, when that when your opponent does that, you should probably call a judge or make them take. So at the very least, make them take it back.
Slow them down.
Yeah. I see a forest and some expensive things. And Celestial Charm.
This looks like it's going to be another mulligan.
Is that a foil Archangel back there? Or that's a Silver Heart?
It's a Silverblade Paladin.
Oh, is it? Okay. And going down to 5. Especially with that 2/2 in play, influencing your decisions. Although I don't think I'd keep that anyway.
No. I bet she might have been tempted to.
Yeah. Yeah, you just like in a lot of ways, Magic's a game of information, and you don't want to
give your opponent any more extra information than you have to.
And you know, there's a lot of unknown information in the game, like what's on your deck, what's in their hand, and when you take away the unknowns, you
make the decisions a lot easier for your opponent.
Yeah.
Every little advantage you can get, you should probably take.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't see Ryan correcting him here.
No. Goes to 5 here.
Well, the draw, it's not the end of the world, but we're going to see a couple lands at least. What we got here?
We have a Temple Garden.
And 2 oh boy, 2 Archangels.
2 Archangels. Celestial Charm.
I suppose. I think I should keep it here. I don't think you go to 4.
No.
Because you can probably hit land. It feels like a mulligan to 3, though.
Yeah.
Those 2 angels aren't helping you at all. Alright, so there's this turn 1. Oh, hey. Hey, you're Drive Militant.
Takes the damage to put the Militant into play. Probably snap blocking would be my guess.
Yeah. And of course, if you don't pay, if you play tap, you're taking 2 from the Cackler anyway, so you might as well use your mana to get the Dryad out there.
It's the same except for you. You get a choose to trade here.
Yes, the rank drops to 18.
Calvin inspects the militant.
In all its full art glory.
Yep.
All right, so 2 and looks like the dice are. Oh, there we go. Nope. Not adjusting the dice. Oh well, I'm notoriously bad at that myself, so
yeah.
I can't judge. So Calvin's got a wealth of options here. I see a bump in the night.
If he has a pillar here, he's going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, because he's up a couple of cards, it behooves you to trade as often as possible. So that means attacking with the Cackler here too.
So we bump him in the night pre-combat while the Dryad Militant's still in play. So
that's
that bump in the night is going to be exiled.
Yeah, I'd attack with the Cackler here because again, you want to be trading as much as possible and do it pre-combat so you can flash it back if need be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Does he? That should definitely come in. Yep. And then Ryan will probably block here.
I assume so. If she doesn't, it's turn 2 and she's down to 13 already. That's a pretty quick clock.
Yeah, I think you need to stem the bleeding a little bit.
Yep.
At the very least, the charm. If you get another mana, oh, we're taking it. I'm not sure where we're taking it because we're gonna be blocking eventually anyway.
Absolutely.
I think you block there.
No land. Yep. I think Ryan definitely wants to block because you don't want to give your opponent a chance to actually kill the creature and not be able to trade.
Yeah, I guess you could use a theory that he'd be wasting a Searing Spear that would have gone to her head anyway. So you could.
That's fair.
But
a pillar is a 1-for-1 and all that extra damage.
I see Flames of the Firebrand in his hand. Oh, that's brutal. So Flames for 1, 2 to Ryan, and Truck for 3. And that's going to put her pretty far behind. Yeah, Flames of the Firebrand here. That's tough. That's rough. Yeah, Ryan's in a pretty deep hole. No, it's XL too. Oh no, Dryad's dead. Never mind.
Yep.
So, yep, that's correct. Okay. So 8.
Draws. Gets the forest, so
a little late though.
Leslie Charm can keep 2 of the damage off, but
yeah.
We can just pass the turn and hope for the best.
Yeah, I hope Calvin's hand is all lands.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it would have to be. There's a Brimstone Volley in there.
Well, I see a Hollow Flare sitting in his hand there too.
So draws the swamp.
That would be Hellrider mana, although he doesn't have Hellrider in his deck.
Yeah, that's something you usually see out of the aggro decks.
Yeah, ordinarily you'd expect a Hellrider here though. 2/2.
So in comes the Knight. Knight probably just blocking. I don't know. What would you block here?
2/2.
You sure?
Why would you block the 1/1? Because the Knight dies to it anyway.
Not necessarily.
Well, the one damage, just do the 1 damage back to the Knight and they trade.
Correct.
So it's better just to trade with prevent the damage there if possible.
I guess.
So you go 7. And there's a world difference between 7 and 6 with the burn deck.
Absolutely.
And there's multiple Searing Spears running in his deck, so.
Should see a Hellhole Flailer here.
Yep. Unleashed, of course.
I don't see a counter on it. I assume it's unleashed.
Is it leashed, or is it actually leashed? Oh, well.
Rand draws the Dryad Militant. It's a pretty good draw there.
Land would be even better.
Absolutely. Start rattling off those Paladins.
Yeah.
Mostly just as chump blockers.
Well, I guess you can effectively block the Hell Flare here.
Yeah. If Calvin has any removal, pretty much any burn spell. Pillar of Flame would be game.
Bump of the Night. Drop 2/4.
If
And
that
that's game right there,
yep.
because you can sack the Flare, and then attack with the Arsonist, doesn't matter what she does. Yep. There you go, and hopefully correctly sacks the Flare here. Let's see what it does. there's any burn spell, it's probably going to be good here too.
Yep.
Ryan drops the 3. Oh, does not block. Okay. Couple small errors there. Looks like he says.
If he has the Brimstone Volley, yep.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
Flames of
irrelevant
Firebrand.
either way.
Yep.
I mean, there's no reason not to unleash it there, though.
Absolutely, and pre-combat you cast that Flames game as well. So a couple small errors, but didn't matter too much.
Yeah.
So out of Ryan's sideboard, probably going to see Call of the Conclave.
How do you feel about Rootborn Defense here?
I don't mind it. I'd like the 2 Elite Inquisitors just as small first striking creatures. They blank a lot of Calvin's creatures.
Oh, like the Cacklers and Shred Freaks. Yeah, so the Elite Inquisitors can come in. Yeah, I agree with that. For that matter, Thalia could come in too.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin's version of this deck is playing a lot of instants and sorceries, and it's a 2/1 first strike.
It's not stellar against Flames of the Firebrand, but it's always inevitable for a turn.
Absolutely.
So I could see that. Calvin doesn't really have much here. Annihilating Fire, you're not playing that. Augure's Free. Yeah, this looks like just a filler to,
kind of make a sideboard just so you have one.
Yeah, and Annihilating Fire is infinitely worse than Flames of the Firebrand or Brimstone Volley. There's no reason to bring that in. You can make a case for bringing in the Searing Spear, I guess, but I don't really
How many
see
Searing Spears? Is there 3 in the main deck, 1 in the sideboard?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, you could bring it in over one of the guys or one of the other burn spells, but...
And Ryan's playing too many creatures too fast for Mark Mutiny to matter.
Yeah,
although,
absolutely.
actually, if you know she has Sublime Archangels, it's pretty good against the Archangel.
Yeah, I think the way that game played out, though, unless he's seen her play her deck before, he wouldn't think that she has a top end. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's one thing for us to say the deck list in front of us.
Absolutely. From his perspective, all he saw were 2 Dryad Militants and a Celestia Charm. So
Yeah, but steal the Archangel and just get in with a giant Archangel. That'd be a beating.
absolutely.
Okay, so I see Reborn Defense is not coming in. So I suppose Reborn Defenses is more meant for the Entreat can come out here.
Absolutely.
Entreat should probably take a trip out of the deck. Yeah, so she's considering it, and that should probably not be in the deck. Yeah, okay, she correctly takes out the Entreat here.
You like sideboarding out the Oblivion Rings?
Yeah, and I suppose the Rootborn Defenses, I could see that. Like the Rootborn Defenses are meant for
they're meant
rats.
for sweepers, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just doing a 1-for-1 Rootborn Defense, especially if you're not populating something, is kind of meh. How do you feel about Wolf Eater Silverheart? It's a little expensive, but it's once it resolves, I mean, there's pretty much nothing the deck can do with it. I'm not sure if is he playing Ultimate Price?
No.
So he pretty much has no way to deal with it if it resolves.
He has 4 Pillar of the Flame, but I just like keeping my deck as small as playing as much small ball as I can here,
Absolutely.
and just overwhelming his defenses, and that kind of situation is where Gavney Township shines too.
Absolutely. Especially if you manage to stabilize at a reasonable amount of life.
Yeah.
This is one matchup where I like the Dryad Militant quite a bit. Usually not a huge fan of it, but...
No, because it keeps the... it makes the Bump in the Nights a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, and it trades with most everything in the deck.
Yeah.
Even if it just trades for a burn spell, that's not that bad. Because Ryan, usually the aggressor in this matchup, not even close.
But yeah, those first strike creatures will make nice walls.
Absolutely.
And so will Strangler guys. So I'm fine with doing. Yeah, I'm fine making some walls and then setting up with an angel and just getting it in the air.
Absolutely.
Although it should be noted, the angel's not super amazing in this matchup.
Yeah.
Not only because of Mark Community, because it also has the dangerous 3 toughness.
Yeah.
So you leave yourself open to threaten effects. Plus, it can be Flames of the Firebranded, Brimstone Volleyed, or Searing Speared.
Yeah.
So I guess to answer your question, I'd probably be looking at getting rid of some angels.
Yeah.
And I could see like the Silver Hearts are probably stay in the deck because that's how you could close games. Keep in mind, I'm not going to set out all the Archangels. They're probably set out like 2.
Yeah, like
and the Entreat.
2 angels, the Entreat. I'm not particularly fond of Oblivion Ring if I know there's no Hell Riders in the deck, because I'm trading Oblivion Ring for a random 2-power creature is kind of weak. And I'd like to see the Call of the Conclave coming from her sideboard, the Elite Inquisitors, and maybe even some Thalias.
Yeah, hilariously, like with this deck, I think Ryan said she never actually did it, but it'd be funny to if they have a 3/3 creature to rancor it, and then exile it with a Celestia Charm, so it has 5 power.
Oof,
Just get it out of there.
it's pretty funny.
If it's a roundabout way to kill.
Another
It's a roundabout way to
mana
kill.
light hand from Ryan.
Rancor. I see Rancor. I see Dry Militant. I see Township and Forest.
Yep.
I think I can keep that because the hand's fantastic. The hand's fantastic if you hit any
if you
white
hit
source.
the land, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm okay with because even if you miss a couple turns, you have Dry Militant with Rancor to do some work.
Absolutely.
I'm not opposed to that hand at all.
I imagine the Militant won't be sticking around very long, especially if it picks up a Rancor.
Yeah.
Is that a Luxodon Smiter?
Yep. So yeah,
That's an excellent creature in this matchup.
Yep. Any one planes and the Smiter comes down and just again keeps a formidable wall up.
Absolutely. And can even go on the offense if that Rancor.
So did Calvin mulligan or what's he doing over there?
Looks like he's mulligan. And
Are we mana weaving?
yeah, looks like it. As long as there's a sufficient shuffle afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. This always makes me nervous. As a judge, when I see players do this, I always get uneasy, especially because they're inevitably not going to randomize enough.
Right.
Yeah, this is obvious. Yeah, this looks like obvious mana weaving.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, as long as there is a sufficient amount of shuffling afterwards, I'm not gonna say anything about it to my opponent. I'll just recommend that they not do it.
Yeah.
Because it always looks
that's not nearly enough.
no. And then no shuffle from Ryan. Every time my opponent does a mana weave, I pick up their deck and shuffle it.
If I were a judge, I'd be issuing a pretty harsh penalty there.
Yeah.
At least a game loss.
A game loss?
Yes.
For
stacking your deck. Or insufficient randomization.
3 shuffles is considered sufficient randomization.
That's not 3 riffles is not close. That's not nearly enough. I would issue a penalty for sure.
Right.
Maybe at FNM I wouldn't go game loss, but
there was some discussion here by the players.
Oh, he drew 8. Looks like he drew 8 cards too. Wow. Okay, and put the card back.
Well, he took a mulligan, so it would be 7 cards.
Oh, okay. So he still puts the card back.
Did he look at his hand?
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Well, anyway, we're off the Militant, and yeah, that was looking at extra cards there as another penalty.
Yeah.
And what you should do actually is
it's a forced mulligan, if I'm not mistaken.
No, if you look at well, in this case, what you do for the FNM level, call a judge. The judge picks a card at random from your hand and shuffles it back into your library, and then you can decide your mulligan after that. It's that number of cards +1 at competitive or higher rule enforcement levels.
Right.
But in this case, it's just +1. Okay, so the noble can now block the Dryad. Oh, and Strangleroot Geist. That's awkward. Double green.
Yeah,
we're a little off in casting that.
Pretty bad draw.
Yeah. Not what we want to be seeing. Forest.
So I think Rancor, try and
I think you just bring it. I just attack.
See if you can induce a block.
Yeah, because you're not good.
You're not doing anything else with your mana.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's the Rancor. Okay. And okay, turning it sideways. And we're tapping the enchantment while we attack too. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
I don't think it matters all that much, but I like the nitpick.
Calvin draws
a swamp. Well, no, we just he just played a swamp. We didn't see what he drew. So if we didn't block the noble, of course we're going to attack here.
Absolutely.
Maybe play like a Rectal Shred Freak here and
races on. Start racing.
Oh, I see Flames of the Firebrand in his hand. That's not good for Ryan. Another Stormcrook Noble.
It's definitely going to be problematic.
Yeah. Is that a bump in the night? No, bump in the night, yeah. So Noble bump in the night swing.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with that play.
I mean, you're racing quite well.
Yeah, we should probably wait till after combat. It doesn't matter in this case, but just a minor thing. Again, what we're saying about information, a lot of times I like to get in the habit of waiting till after combat to do play stuff. Unless it's Blood Red Elf, but
yeah. In some formats and some cards it changes things, but in most of the time you want to play after.
And in this case, with just a township untapped, it's unlikely to influence anything. So that's probably fine. But it's like FNM special, like this level, the idea is to just form good habits and to educate. And that's a pretty sloppy habit that can get you in trouble down the road.
Yep.
What do we draw? Oh, a forest. So hey, we're live. That's good. We got guys.
So I like an attack with a militant, but not with the Strangleroot Geist.
I can see that. We coming in with both?
Oh, okay, so displaying it so Calvin can read it.
Okay.
Got full art versions of everything. I love that full art. or that extended Strangleroot Geist. It's awesome looking.
I wonder if she has full art Lead Inquisitors too.
Oh, attacking with both.
Well, you're ahead in the race. That's defensible. Actually, it's defensible, really. Because that's representing 6, we'll go to 10.
Yeah, I guess the backswing is only 3, so.
Yeah, it's a defensible attack. 1 block. Yeah, that seems fine.
Yep.
Actually, no, it's not fine. I blocked Stronger Geist here if I'm him, because if I have Firebrand, because I can kill the +2 on the Geist and 1 on the
Absolutely.
Militant. So I would just block Stronger Geist there and just go for the kill, assuming I have the 3rd land.
It depends. If he has a Searing Spear or another piece of instant removal, maybe he's thinking about getting the Geist when she tries to replay the Rancor.
Yeah, that's possible too.
If he has that, then that's a good line.
Yeah.
If not, then you're right.
So what are we doing here? Pretty clearly attacking. I mean, I just like clearing out her board and not trying to get clever, though.
Absolutely.
And goes to 14. And Noble's up to a 3/3 now?
Absolutely.
You say absolutely a lot.
I do. I could say concur if you prefer.
1 and 2. Yeah, that's a bit of a waste opportunity there, but that's fine. So yeah, so no, that play didn't make sense. It made way more sense to go the other way. Because now Ryan gets a crack back to 5.
Yeah.
Especially if she hits a plains here, she can follow up with a Luxon Smiter and put him in a deep hole.
No plains.
No
Drew
plains.
Wolfir Silverheart.
No, that's
got most of the top end of her deck in her hand.
Yeah. So I think you just rank her up and bash. That's all you can hope for.
Yep. She's still a little bit ahead in this race, but
not for
her
long.
hand is pretty rough.
Yeah, for playing 3 cards, she's not doing half bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't think there's much to think about here for Ryan.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
Does not seem correct.
I don't think there's any reason not to play a Rancor, even if you're going to pass.
Yeah. She has no tricks. We know that from looking at her hand.
Yep. There's almost nothing you can represent in this format.
Giant Growth.
Yeah, I mean, and you could still do that with 1 forest untapped.
Titanic Growth. Yeah. Fog.
Pretty sure.
I'm just throwing it out there. No, it was. Yeah, she definitely needs to be attacking here.
Okay. Even without an attack, there's no reason not to play the Rancor.
These options. What do we have here? Another Flames.
That would be pretty brutal.
Looks like a burn spell. Let's tap the Magic 3 here. Maybe a Hell of a Flare, which would be similarly rough. Oh, we're on. Okay, we're doubling back here. Let's see. What's our? There's 3. Is it Brimstone Volley? Oh, Hell of a Flare. Okay, are we unleashing it? It's almost like he doesn't even know it has an unleash function.
It's possible.
Especially when she's blocking there, yeah.
I know I think he just got back into playing the game again.
Okay.
So some of these
Rand's going to need some help, and that's Rest in Peace is not going to do it. And Rest in Peace is not something I'm bringing in here.
Absolutely not. I think the only thing it actually gets is Bump in the Night.
And that's if he hits 6.
Absolutely.
You know what? If he hits 6 mana, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically a blank piece of cardboard. Although, to be fair, if you board the way we recommended, it would be a Lead Inquisitor or Thalio, so it would also be a blank piece of cardboard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe error either way.
Without planes, this game is going to be over fairly quick.
Yeah, so 4 from or 3 from the flare.
Yep.
Should be 4.
Definitely. Calvin gets in.
Yep.
Rand drops to 9.
Needs that planes.
Absolutely.
Needs it now. Yep.
Calvin just says go.
Is that an Addison's Pilgrim? Yep.
Looks like it.
On our pilgrimage. Now at this point, you definitely play the Rancor.
For sure.
Even if he has
it. Yeah.
Who cares if he has it? If your Rancor dies, you're in trouble anyway, but I think you have to. Yeah,
yep.
There goes.
Here she goes.
Okay. So let's see. Because Calvin doesn't have any instant speed, or he doesn't know that the Rancor would fall off if you. Because if you kill the creature in response to the Rancor resolving, it doesn't come back. Oh yeah, you wait till after it resolved. So yeah, if you with the rank on stack, if the creature is removed, it's countered on resolution. It was never in play, so it does not return to your hand.
Absolutely. Having played with that card while it was standard legal the first time, I'm well aware of how that works.
I cut my teeth drafting that format.
Oh, very nice. I cut my teeth getting destroyed for 2 years.
Oh no, I got destroyed in that format too.
Oh, okay.
I was a little kid who was terrible,
Eh.
who didn't know how to draft.
Ditto.
And here we are 10 years later.
Yeah. I'm slightly better than I was then.
I hope I'm
Rayan
better.
draws.
Is that a planes?
That's a planes.
Probably a little late.
Yeah.
So you can best you play the smiter there and ranker it up and hope for the best.
Yeah, if that flailer was unleashed.
You know, she could theoretically win this game still. Put a ranker on it, get a planes, play the paladin, or play that archangel and just go bad. No, I guess you need a paladin. She doesn't have paladin in her hand. That's an archangel. Never mind, I misread it. Okay. Boy, if only that hell flare was unleashed.
Absolutely. Then it would be trading instead of sitting there awkwardly staring at the elephant across the room.
The literal elephant.
Literal elephant.
Although Brimstone Vault, yeah, then Rand staring at the useless rest in peace in her hand.
Absolutely.
So if he attacks it both and has Brimstone Volley, the game's over.
Yep.
There
are a lot of other things he could have here.
Like Bump in the Night ends it.
Yep.
Just sack the flare, Bump in the Night. Even, yeah, there's a lot of things.
So Calvin weighing his options here.
Yeah. Do I use which burn spell do I blow her out with?
Yeah.
Choices.
If it's bump, it's pretty easy. Come in with the Arsonist.
Well, I suppose you and I have played enough tournaments now to the point where these kinds of plays are like second nature to us. We can make the decision quickly. Whereas Calvin hasn't been playing too long, so he hasn't been playing in a while. So you know, he has to think through everything.
Yeah, and if you're not sure about your lines, it's always good to take some time and figure out exactly what you want to do, because you know, missing by 1 point could be the difference in the game. In this game, I'm not sure it's going to be, but
we're talking about just the Arsonist here.
All right.
So why are we talking about just the Arsonist? Just a 5. Okay. So do we have Bump in the Night?
Do you like Ryan not blocking there? Does it make it? I think she's probably correct in the fact that it doesn't make a difference either way if she blocks.
Playing around the Searing Spear or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess. So what's our 6/4 for 4 mana? What are we doing? We're throwing that flare.
Okay. Goes to 2.
So yeah, I guess with the Silverblade she could actually win this. Draw Temple Garden would be funny. Oh, okay, she just just Dried Militant.
Yeah.
Well, still you can take Calvin down to 5 here. That's all.
I think that's all. The only thing she can do.
Yeah, that's obviously what you should do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dead. You're just dead to any actual burn spell here.
Yep. Yeah, because all the creatures you could have here wouldn't make a difference.
Right. Like, a couple Shred Freaks would do it.
2 Shred Freaks, yeah.
Yeah.
1 Shred Freak wouldn't change the math.
Yeah.
The Dryad Militant would block the Shred Freak. Ryan would go to 1.
Yep. The Militant, take him to 5.
And still pondering.
I guess you could play Rest in Peace too if you really wanted to. Yeah. There's no reason not to. I think it's a bump in his graveyard. I think it makes some level of sense.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that shouldn't be in there in the first place.
Yeah.
That should be Thalia or Elite Inquisitor. Although you have another body to block with.
Yep.
Alright, so graveyards are exiled, and that guy needs to come in.
Yeah, definitely need to be attacking here with Luxon Smiter.
Yeah. So you just gotta hope he doesn't have a burn spell anywhere in his hand. There it goes, okay. Calvin at 5. Okay. And that's a mountain, so what do we have here? A couple cards, 2 cards in hand, and that looks like a pillar of flame for game. That'll do it.
All right. It's the pillar.